Yo, what is going on, everybody? I'm Canada's Own, and today we're taking a turn at rebuilding the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, a team led by Trae Young how long has he been in the league? This is year 8 coming up. So the last 7 seasons, Trae Young has been the head man on this roster, obviously. Had some very good years, some very not so good years. Last year was a great year if you're talking about leading the league in assists. Turnovers have always been high, but he's always been the lead ball handler, really the only ball handler, except for the bubble year where he had DeJounte Murray. The efficiency was bad last year, but that's what comes with no real external creators. Dyson Daniels absolutely broke out last year after the DeJounte Murray trade. I believe second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. He was all defensive first team. He was spectacular. One thing he can't do, though, is be an offensive counterpart, I guess. He definitely cannot be a 2 or even a 3 or even a 4th option on a winning team, but he can defend with the best of them, and that's what we're going to prioritize with him. Obviously, we need that efficiency to get up. I need at least league average from 3. Free throws definitely have to go up in order for him to be a valuable piece of this rebuild. Zachary Zache, very solid rookie season. 25 minutes a game, gave you 12.5, 3.5, and 1. Good defense. He's a long, lanky frame. He'll fill it out. 45 from the field, 36 from 3 as rookie is pretty damn good. Number 1 overall pick, definitely in an underwhelming draft class, so to speak. Jalen Johnson is a guy who, if he breaks out for real this year, and is healthy and is playable, and like I said, most importantly, is healthy, Jalen Johnson's a perennial 21 to 23 points per game guy with 10 plus boards, 4, 5, even 6 assists. Great defense, and he's a great efficient scorer. He's stupid athletic. He's got all the tools to be an elite floor spacing wing that can defend, play both ways. And then Kristaps, the offseason addition, basically got him for nothing. Now, I don't know what Atlanta's ownership is like in terms of spending money, but I feel like if Kristaps is cheaper than what he costs right now after this season, I feel like they would want to re-sign him. Onyeka Okongwu, a guy who has been re-signed, and had a very good season last year, finally assuming the reins as the starting center ahead of Clint Capella. Now, unfortunately for him, they traded for Kristaps Porzingis, but what we're going to do is play them both the same amount. If Kristaps is suited better off the bench, then so be it. We'll move Onyeka into the starting role, but because Kristaps is 7'2", I want to start him and see how it goes, and then we'll kind of feel it out from there. What I want to do, though, with this team is they're an interesting team because the East is weak. But my concern is, what do you do after this year? Like I said, is Kristaps a guy that they choose to go out and re-sign? Is Luke Kennard a guy they want to keep around, or is he a guy who gets moved at the deadline? Is Dyson Daniels a guy that they're willing to invest in with very below average offense and not, elite superstar caliber defense, but are you willing to sacrifice his black hole on offense, basically, for such great defense alongside Trae Young? I think yes, but he has to be playable. He can't be this. He can't be 10 points, 4 boards, 5 assists. Field goals are great, but the 3 ball, it has to be playable. The free throws are up right now too, which is great. But the defense needs to be elite always with Dyson, and the offense needs to be at least playable. And I think if you get that out of Dyson, you have a very good backcourt. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, is he a guy like 30% can't fly? Is he a guy that they end up starting at some point over like Riza Shea or over Daniels if it doesn't work out, if he's struggling offensively? Is Asa Newell a guy who works his way into the front of the rotation? But most importantly, obviously, Trae Young's going to be here no matter what. He's got a player option that I assume he'll decline after this year, especially because in the sim, he is so freaking good. Jalen Johnson's a guy we've got for quite a long time. 4 years left on that contract, if I'm not mistaken. He's having a great season. Kristaps is also a free agent after this year, who's another guy we have to re-sign. Zachary Zache's got 2 more years till he's a free agent. Kennard's a free agent after this year. Dyson is a free agent after this year. So maybe Kristaps is a guy that we look to trade. Like, if we're not far and away one of the better teams, and I'm talking like a top 4 seed, like we are right now, if we're not one of the best teams out east and one of the better teams in basketball, I think Kristaps is going to have to go, and I think Luke Kennard is going to have to go. Because at 8 we continue to win games here. Like, if this team is competitive, I'm talking probably 10 to 15 games above 500 at the deadline, I'm willing to buy in. But if they're not, I'm concerned that, we're going to have to sell some pieces. And we're the 2 seed right now. Let's take a look at what we look like. 2.5 back of the Knicks, 3.5, 3 games, forgive me, I can't do math, ahead of the Cavs, and then a sizable margin to everybody else. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. We're going to go to the deadline. I'm going to take some time to think about my plan for this team and what we should do. And then I will see you guys at the deadline. And then after the deadline, we will go straight to the end of the regular season. Alrighty, fellas, as promised, we are going to stop at the deadline. Almost 20 games above 500 here. Let me show you guys. Trae Young, 25.5, almost 10 with a steal, believe it or not. 2.1 rebounds, a full rebound less than what he grabbed last year, but who cares? He's shooting 47, 40, 88. Now that is the efficient point guard that I need running my offense. Jalen Johnson, 21.5, 9 and 3.5, 2 stocks a night. 55, 36, 84 at 6'8", 220 on my power forward. I will take that all day. Kristaps, 16 and 5. Now the rebounds are never going to be there with Kristaps. Especially not in the role that he has to play because Jalen Johnson exists and Luke Kennard is also pretty tall. Or not Luke Kennard, that's Zachary Zachet I was trying to talk about. 16, though, with 5 boards, a block and a half is always helpful. 52, 46, 88. Now, I may try and do something here laterally with Kristaps, but it's just like, I don't really want to trade him. I feel like he's more of a sign and trade in the offseason because I feel like I could get a center that probably backs up Onyeka, or that I'd be more comfortable with Onyeka backing up. You know what I mean? I'm curious, like, who's in free agency that we could scoop up? Is there a free agent down here? Point guard, show me. Ben Simmons is available. Malcolm Brogdon is there. No, he's a Knick right now, I'm pretty sure. Rodney Randall. I honestly don't mind picking up a guy like Ben. All right, there it is. So we pick up Ben Simmons. He's going to play in place of Vic Krejci, actually. And my rule, because Ben is so usually valuable in these rebuilds, I have to let him walk. I can't pick him back up. That's going to be, I think, our only ad we do here, because I kind of want to see how this team plays. We'll resign Mo Gay. I'm not interested. Everybody else is there, though. We've got a big offseason. Now, we do have restricted free agent rights on Dyson Daniels, thankfully, so we can match anything. Kristaps is going to cost us a lot of money, so I'm a little concerned. And Trae Young is absolutely declining that player option, which means we're going to have probably $70 to $80 million just between Kristaps and Trae being occupied, plus another however much money to Dyson Daniels. So let's see, when do we get to 40 wins here is a good question. Lose to the Timberwolves, but that's kind of okay. Losing to the Hornets is not okay. Beat the Heat, and we beat the Sixers, forgive me. Lose to the Heat, beat the Nets, beat the Wizards, 40 and 20. That looks good. Let's see, did we steal an all-star spot or two? Out east, we got Trae and Jalen Johnson. You love to see it. That's exactly what I thought. 40 and 20 through 60 games. I will see you guys at the end of the regular season. Alrighty, end of the season is wrapping up here. We've eclipsed the 50-win pedestal. 54 wins, 55 wins, 56, 57. 2K is very high on the Atlanta Hawks, I've noticed in a lot of these videos that I've done to this point. Good enough to, how did the Warriors get Executive of the Year? What All-NBA team does Trae make? It is All-NBA second. Do we get Jalen Johnson anywhere? We don't. How'd Julius play? 24, 8, and 4.5? What did Jalen do? And Paolo didn't make it? Paolo didn't make it? Zion didn't make it? Should we get the Pistons in round 1? Which is a little concerning with Cade, and Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren. But everybody else, I feel like we should be confident to see at least a playoff series victory here. This is a team that I believe could, now everything has to go right, but the Hawks I could see absolutely making a run to the conference finals. That's not good. That's a torn left tricep for my starting center. Game 5, back in Atlanta. We get her done in 5 games. I will take that. We get the Cavs in round number 2. Exactly the same lineup that you would expect. Hopefully that means that 2K isn't as big a fan of them. We lose the first by how much? Only 7 points. Or 5 points. I can't do math at all. We lose both in Atlanta. This one by 8. We win the second, or the third. We win both in Cleveland. We win game 5 in Atlanta. And we get her done in 6. And we're through to the conference finals to face the god-tier Knicks of year 1 2K franchise simulation. T-Wolves and Thunder on the other side. I'm curious if we can get her done here. We lose game 1 by how much? Only 5 points. We were right there. Game 2. This is where it would help to have a 7-footer in the lineup with Kristaps, especially guarding a guy like Cat. Onyeka's doing a fine job by the looks of it, but it just helps to have that presence. We win another, though. We lose the third. We win game 5 in New York, but we lose game 6 in Atlanta. and year number 1 comes to an end in the conference finals, and the Knicks get it done in 7 over the T-Wolves. On draft night, I don't think there's much that we can do, just because we don't really have anybody under contract. Like, unless we trade Mo Gay and nobody wants him, or Nikola Juricic for a first rounder. Sure, I'll do that. Why not? Why would I not want to do that? But other than that, though, there isn't much to do here because Philly Dante, maybe, yeah, but nobody wants him. So we're going to sim to our pick. We're going to draft at 27. I think we could have Jacob Toppin and JT Toppin, which is kind of funny. And I think a guy who's projected to go 17th, we might actually take here. Power forward, he's 6'8", 226. Problem is can he play the small forward? They would have him as a center. I don't think I could take a guy like that. Boogie Fland would be nice, and I think that's who we're going to take here. Could be Trae's longtime backup. We are in need of a backup point guard as well. John Johnson is there. Can he play the 1? He's 6'4", 180. What's the comp? Hal Greer? Kenny Anderson? I guess we'll just take Boogie Fland here. We've got a lot of guys to pick up in the offseason here. We've got to go through Dyson. Where is Kristaps? You might ask. Oh, he is here. Okay, weird. What the So the Lakers are giving him 4 years, 91. I don't know if I can do that, man. Did he accept his player option? Wait. Oh my God, he opted into his player option. That is insane that he did that. That helps me so much. That allows me to actually go out and get Kristaps here. That it's actually going to let me sign Kristaps. I'll get him up to 20. If he doesn't take it, I think we might have flopped it a little bit here. Oh, he's going to go to the Lakers. Might have fumbled Chet. That's okay. We can do Dyson Daniels deal on a front-loaded deal at 22. Hopefully it goes down. Dyson Daniels is going to accept an offer from the Blazers. We're going to get Kristaps. Dyson's taking 3 years, 72 is kind of frustrating. Let's make sure we get everybody. Oh my God, that is huge. I'll go through the rest of the offseason. If we make any trades, you guys will see it. We may do the sign and trade with Kristaps, but I haven't decided yet. And then after we go through the offseason, we'll get to the start of the regular season, set the rotation, check out how we look, and we'll get back to simulating. Alrighty, I took about 10 minutes, and I thought about it, and I want to sign and trade Kristaps Porzingis. I want Domantas Sabonis. I'm willing to give up Nah, who had a good year last year, so it's not like we're just dumping the salary. Actually had a career high from the field. Not a career high from 3, but still above league average, and a very good year from the free throw line in 22 minutes a game. I want Domas and 2 first-round picks. We use Vic Krejci here to match salary, but I'm actually willing to give them somebody better. If they value Yusuf Nurkic more, I will do that. Obviously, they decline. Can we get her done with a first? We can't. Is there a way to do this swap best between us and the Cavs? And then we try their first-round pick, top 5 again. That doesn't work. Can we get it done with just 1? We can. There is your new center, Domantas Sabonis. First thing we're going to do with Domas is go in. I forgot. I'm using my custom roster where Domantas Sabonis has a real shot tendency. So that's why he actually puts up counting numbers in this game, because he should. So we'll up his touch just a little bit. Jalen Johnson, we're going to keep it in 85. Because we now have 2 very, very gifted playmakers. One who's 7 foot tall, the other who can run the offense from the point. And we can run one out of the post. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It all works. Now we take a look at the roster. It's Young, Ball, and Fland, forgive me. Daniels and Kennard, we need a backup 2 now. Reza Shea, I changed Wiggins from a 4 to a 3, and now Mr. Aaron Wiggins is going to be able to play our backup 3. We're going to have Jalen Johnson, Ace Newell, and I don't mind. And then we've got Domas and Onyeka, so we need a 3rd string center. A backup 2 guard. I just dropped my controller. A 3rd string center, a backup 2 guard, and a 3rd string power forward. So let's take a look. I saw Malik Beasley there. Is he affordable? He is. Let's get him a 2-year minimum. And then we need a 3rd string center. Jay Huff is not that guy. Low key, could be Andre Drummond, could be Luke Cornett. But I'm thinking Mo Wagner here. 2-year minimum as well. And then we find, what was it? A 4, right? Yes, a 4. Let's find a power forward. Earl Jenkins, that's not a real guy. Kenrich Williams is there. Maybe we don't have a 4. Mo Gay is there. You know what? We waived him, but we'll bring him back on his own, or his original contract. So there. Roster is now full. Through player progression, I don't know how Trae gets worse after averaging 26 and 10, but so be it. Jalen goes up 3. Domas goes down 2, which is also interesting after making All-NBA. 85 for Zachary Zache, 85 for Dyson Daniels. Everybody else gets basically holds rating. Asa Noel goes up 5, which is good. Boogie Flandy's going to play a little bit here and there to try and accelerate his development a little bit. We're going to load in the draft class. And then we're going to look at what this rotation looks like, because I think we've arguably gotten better. Domas and Kristaps, both about average defenders, at least at this point of their career. Domas is a little bit below average, but that's why we have Onyeka off the bench. He makes up for what Domas lacks in, especially on the defensive end. Onyeka, for that, I'll absolutely do that. Deal. 2-year extension. We've got Onyeka for a little bit longer. In 2 years, Domas is up, but in a year, Trae Young is up. So our contracts are now staggered very well. Vic Krejci for the minimum, I don't mind that at all, especially if he keeps shooting the way he does. Now, he didn't play much last year, but at a minimum deal, can't really complain about it. It's easy salary to dump if needed, and it usually could fetch you a second-round pick or two. Sometimes a first if you're lucky. But with the coach game plan this year, we're still going to run a 10-man rotation. I don't think Riza Shea is ready for 30 yet. Dyson Daniels needs to be playing 30. Jalen's going to play 30, and Domas, I think, is going to play 32. Lonzo's not going to play that much. I don't want him to play too many minutes. Aaron Wiggins can get 15, though, as the backup 3. I do want to play Asa Noel a little more, and I think what we'll do is actually run Lonzo for 13 minutes. I know it seems low, but for what we need, I don't really want to play Lonzo too much. And then let's get Domas and Trae an extra minute. Jalen's going to be the bona fide third option here. You got Domas as the 2, Trae as the 1, of course. Let's look at how the first 2 weeks of the season treat us. Okay, 2 and 3 to start. Interesting. We lose to the Bulls in overtime here, 141 to 138. Past November 15th here and see how we look. Let's see, can we turn it around? Boogie Fland being inserted into the lineup immediately put us on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 1 record. Completely turned us around. I'm going to blame it all on Boogie Fland. Take a look at the stats. Yeah, Trae's leading the way. Jalen, I love having 3 20-point per game scores. I think that'd be really cool if we were able to keep that up. So we'll fix that. Lonzo, obviously not very good. Bad signing, I would say. We might even just waive him, depending on how he looks. But 9 and 4 through the first month of the season, call it. I'm going to get back to simulating. At the deadline, if we have to add, we will. If we have to subtract, we will. I will see you guys when we get there. If need be, though, we're going to go straight to the end of the regular season. Alrighty, boys. We are headed down the final stretch of the season here. 60 wins is on the horizon. The question is can we reach it? We did. Never mind. The suspense is gone. We achieved the 60-win marker. There it is. Dyson Daniels, elbow tendonitis. It was only fitting that we would lose somebody oh so close to the end of the season. Boogie Fland, by the way, has been very good. 2 games left to go. He gets elbow tendonitis. Don't know how common that is, but Jokic is your MVP, averaging 30, 13.5, and 10. Luka is your clutch player of the year. We do get coach of the year and executive of the year. We did pull off a rather large trade this offseason. No All-NBA teams. Oh my goodness gracious. 3. Trae, Jalen, Domas, likely all got MVP votes. All 3 of them were All-Stars. I did check that. 3 All-NBA members. I don't think I've ever gotten that. In the standings, we were 13 games better than the next best team out east. Question is, let's check in on the Sacramento Kings. I don't see them in the playoffs, which sucks because we have their pick top 5 protected, and they were the 13 seed, 34 and 48. They were better 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams out east and 2 more teams. So they've got like the 7th or 8th best odds, which could mean we could steal like the 6th or 7th overall pick for the playoffs against Boston. How do we match up? It's Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and the rookie Chris Sinak at the 5. Don't want to change the rotation yet. Let's see how this first series goes. We split. We win game 3, though, in Boston, and game 4. Hopefully get her done in 5. We do. We get the Heat in round number 2. Curious. It's Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, Jaime Hawkins, Bam Adebayo, and Robert Williams. So they really committed to that defense, signing Rob. We win the first, though, and the second. We fly to Miami. We get the third one. We lose the 4th. Guys, we're out too late partying. We're back in Atlanta, though. We get her done in 5 games. Now, you've got the Indiana Pacers going on a similar Cinderella run as they did the first time they ran to the conference finals. Obi is starting at their 5, which is crazy. Reese, Nembhard, Mathurin, Siakam is basically identical. Dallas and Minnesota opposite to us. We win the first. We split. We head to Indy. We win the second. We split again. We win game 5, thankfully. We get her done in 6, and we get the Minnesota Timberwolves led by Anthony Edwards. Domantas Sabonis is your conference finals MVP out east, averaging 20 points, 13 rebounds, 7.5 assists, a steal and a half, almost a block on 56, 57, 75 splits is ridiculous. See, game 1, I assume it is in Atlanta because they're the 3 seed, but you never know with the Western Conference, or they're the 5 seed, forgive me. 48 and 34, sneaking into the playoffs. Rudy is still there. He's coming off the bench, though. Interesting. Game number 1 is in Atlanta. We lose the first. And it wasn't particularly close. We got spanked by 24. Ant gave us the word. Julius Randle killed us. Rob Dillingham. Damn. Rudy killed us. Yikes. Okay. 14 boards for Naz Reid. We split at home. We head to Minnesota. We win the 3rd, though. We win the 4th. Can we get it done on Atlanta's home floor here in just year 2? Capitalize on this rebuild that they've so quickly turned around. Can we get it done in front of the Atlanta faithful? It's not feeling like it, but it's close. They're letting it slip a little bit. It's slipping. It is definitely slipped. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it was ran away with towards the end of the game here. It looks a lot closer than it was, but it was way too little too late. We weren't going to get there. Game 6. Can we get it done in Minnesota? Preferably not blowing a 3-1 lead here as we're getting rolled in the first quarter. And you lost. You have now successfully blown a 3-1 lead. What the hell does that tweet say on the left there? Zachary Rizache, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stuck in head is expected. What the fuck does that mean? So he's hurt, evidently. But what the hell does that tweet even mean? Game 7 in Atlanta. Preferably not blowing a 3-1 lead here. The double big lineup appears to be working. We walk all over them in the first quarter. The second quarter is a little bit of the same. We lose the third quarter, but it might be too little too late for Minnesota here. Although they do storm back quite comfortably. We've got a 13-point lead, 11-point lead, less than a minute to go. Let's jump in, finish this one off for the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta. Wanted to get it done on the home floor. We will. It's just going to take a little longer than we wanted it to. As I'm completely blown by. I'm not guarding anything with Rudy Gobert involved. He's got no bag, no buckets. I just want to bait a freaking block here. There it is, bitch! Get the subs in there. Here we go. Oh my god. Yeah!
And the Atlanta Hawks have done it. They are the NBA champions.
Kevin Harlan, not a fan of the Atlanta Hawks, apparently, based off the emotion of that one. Alrighty, loading her back in here. We earned a cool little 20 VC for that one. The Atlanta Hawks have won the NBA championship. Trae Young, it was meant to be, gets his ring before Luka Doncic. The man he was traded for averages 31.9, 3.1, and 9.6 on 45, 40, 90 splits en route to his first NBA title and the first in Atlanta since God knows when. 3 separate 30-point games. Domantas with 36, 13, and 4, a steal and a block. Trae, bad efficiency night, good God. 33 and 10 though, only 2 turnovers. 30 and 8 for Jalen Johnson, not another single guy in double figures. 30 plus minutes from both Dyson and Onyeka, neither eclipsing double digits in any statistical category. Onyeka, though, on the defensive end, absolutely nails as we win a series here. Let's see who is putting up the big numbers. Obviously, Trae averages 30. Domantas and Jalen Johnson, all 3 guys could have been finals MVP, and I would have been totally okay with it. Zachary Rizache obviously gets hurt in the 6th game. I still can't get over that stupid-ass tweet that they put out. That makes no sense. Draft lottery, this is a big one for us. That Sacramento Kings pick for us is at number 8. Does it jump? If it jumps into the top 5, it's gone. If it stays out, it's ours. And it... Oh my God, the Kings via San Antonio went from 14 to 3. And ours dropped from 8 to 1. That makes sense. But the Kings went from 14 to 3. So they gave up their own pick. We're a bottom 8 team in basketball and got a top 3 pick out of it. Although on draft night, I do want to look. What do we need? We've got our backup one for the future. Boogie Flanders. Boogie Flanders. I gotta stop reading their names off the screen and just say them based off of how I know them. A backup 2 could always be in the... Honestly, a backup 2, 3... A backup 2 or 3 is what we're looking for. Honestly, even a point guard. You never know. Best available is probably how we're going to go. Teron Stokes out of Notre Dame. Hugo Mukuri out of France. Let's see who goes number 3. Christian Collins out of USC goes to Sacramento. Caleb Holt from Arkansas goes to Houston. Mika Murinen out of Finland goes to Charlotte. That sucks. Jordan Smith Jr. from Kentucky goes to New Orleans. And the Knicks pick up Baba Oladoden out of Duke. And at number... Oh yeah, I forgot we dropped to 9. Jason Crow Jr. out of Missouri goes to Golden State. And at number 9, Taj Ariza is available. We do need a backup 3 or a backup, 2? Brandon McCoy is there. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Taj Ariza is also there. I had him in a previous rebuild, so let's take Brandon McCoy. Trae Young, obviously, coming off an NBA title. He was absolutely looking to cash in. I'm giving him the no trade clause. And we're going to give him we're going to give him $50 million to be our number 1 going forward. That's the type of overpay that would be expected for a guy who just led you to an NBA title. 5 years, $290. Team looks great. Let's look at extensions. Obviously going to pay our boys if we can. Otherwise, this is the final year if we don't, or if we do win. If we lose, we'll go an extra season, obviously. So we will load in this year's draft class. Next year, we will not. But for this year, it's 2028 class. I did just do 27, I think. I hope. Don't want to screw that up. I guess we'll find out. Contract extensions. Who's eligible? Zachary Zache to get a deal done now. I don't know if I can pay you that much. Do you take a bridge deal? Flat? Oof, that is very rich. Think we'll go to restricted free agency and try and match somebody, or even bring them back on the qualifying offer for next year, because it's either this year or next year is the end of the video. So if we can get her done this year, that's great. If not, we'll get him back on the QO for about 18 million bucks instead. Kevin Durant wants to hang it up. I'll let him. We'll stop at the deadline if need be. Otherwise, we're going straight to the end of the regular season. Alrighty, fellas. We are getting to the point here. We're at the halfway point of the season. This team is stupid good. Hold on here. No, I don't want Shaden. I did see a trade here for Zachary Zache. No, it's not for RJ Barrett. It is for Asar Thompson, Ron Holland. I think make both of them small forwards. Ron, obviously, a lot less valuable, but the defense is great. And Asar Thompson. I think these could be very exciting deals, but I'm also interested in trying to put together a move for Amen Thompson, because I think it would just fit the identity of a freakishly athletic defensive wing like Dyson Daniels. Both guys very capable of defending with the absolute best. Question is can we get there financially? Zachary Zache, obviously, short 18 million bucks. Is there anybody? Onyeka's a guy I could part ways with. Okay, hold on. Now we get into the picks. And I can always go out and get another center. Oh my God, we just picked up Amen Thompson. We got 15 guys. Let's take Wagner and TJD and see if we can package the two of them to land ourselves a rotational big like Rob Williams, like a Dembona. Is there anybody maybe in the upper 70s that we could get to? I feel like Rob Williams in a first, and then I'll just go back in and I'll sign myself another free agent if I have to. Let's pick up Charles Bassey. Why not? He's a quality basketball player. I don't mind that at all. Charles Bassey's on fire. Hasn't played in the NBA since 2025, but somehow the guy's just absolutely cooking it. So everybody who is most important to this roster is under contract for now. And with that being said, we're going to simulate to the end of the regular season. I will see you guys when we get there. Hopefully, there's even an MVP in our future. 3 games left to go. This team could win 70, and they do 71. Most valuable player goes to Nikola Jokic. I honestly don't blame him. 32, 14, and 10 is pretty ridiculous, although I am curious. Where does Trae fit on here? The scoring isn't going to be very high. That's what happens when your team is so good. But 22 and 9, I mean, it's good, but you'll never get the counting stats out of Trae, especially not with Domas and Jalen Johnson playing alongside him. So, on the season, 22 from Trae, 22 from Johnson, 19 from Domas, 31 years old. That's not bad. I can't believe DeMontis Sabonis and Trae Young are only 2 years apart. Is that not crazy to anybody else? That feels like impossible to me. Against the Bucks in round number 1, we traded away their swap worst between them and the Blazers this year to land ourselves Amen Thompson. It's Mark Sears, Lou Dort, Kyle Kuzma, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Miles Turner. Don't know why they would go ahead and extend Kuz. Beyond me, though. Game number 1, we lose. They have Colin Sexton, LeBaron Fallon. Kuz gave us 17. Giannis had a relatively inefficient game to his standards, and we still got whooped. Oh, okay, thankfully, injury is fully healed already. You love to see it. Game 2 in Atlanta, we win. Thankfully, we head to Milwaukee. We're up 2-1. Game 3 or 4 in Milwaukee, we lose. Back to Atlanta, we lose again. Don't do this to me already, guys. Like, oh, of course. Oh my God, everybody is freaking broken. What is happening? And Domantas Sabonis, we run a 9-man rotation already just to stay alive. And we lose in 6. How did I just get Milwaukee bucked? What the fuck? So we lose by 30. We win by 20. We win by 30 almost. Wait, by 21 points. We get blown out. And then we lose by 3. Who was the problem? These guys were fine. Gary Trent struggled, but 36% from 3 isn't bad. Amen Thompson was great. Didn't hit a 3, but 72% from the field. Asa Newell was great. Dyson Daniels was horrible until he got hurt. Malik Beasley was fine. 25% from 3 isn't the greatest thing in the world, but he only played 1 game. Boogie Fland was bad. Aaron Wiggins was god-awful. Rob Williams was terrible. All right, the bench needs to be reworked. We've got 1 more season to go. Let's see who wins the title. Wemby and the Spurs versus Tatum and the Celtics. The Spurs get her done in 6. Wemby's first ring of the video. I'll see you guys at the start of the next season. Year number 4, the final season of the video. I'm rolling out my top 6, all playing 28 minutes tonight. I'm trying to coast through the regular season, get us to the playoffs. That's where we're going to ramp it up. Trae, Dyson, Amen, Jalen, Domas, Asa Newell, all playing 28 minutes tonight. Malik Monk, free agent signing, averaged 14.5 last year, 1-year minimum deal. 18 minutes tonight. James Harden, we pick up 1-year minimum. He's retiring after this year. He's on his farewell tour. It's not going to be a farewell tour unless we win a title. Next, Bobby Portis, same deal. 18 minutes tonight, 1-year minimum. Next, Boogie Fland, same thing. He's on his 3rd year of his rookie contract, but 18 minutes tonight off the bench. The rest of the guys, Brandon McCoy's hurt at the moment. He got hurt in Summer League. But you've got Corey Kispert, Justin Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Brandon McCoy eventually once he gets back. Let me show you guys our actual transactions. Oops. Let's go to the Pacers. We're not the Pacers anymore. I'm rebuilding the Hawks. I did the Pacers video earlier today. There you go. Re-signed our CFO. Brian Bailey was re-signed. Bobby P was signed to a 2-year minimum, or 2-year, I guess, like, exception. Malik Monk, 2-year minimum. 2-year minimum for Corey Kispert. 2-year minimum for James Harden. 2-year minimum for Rudy Gobert. Waived Gary Trent. Unfortunately, his overall went down to like a 75. So wasn't really going to be realistic to play him. Let's see how the month of October goes. For the Atlanta Hawks, I'm hoping this team, like I said, is a lot better and we can just coast. That's not going to help us coasting. Definitely want Domantas Sabonis in there. We're going to get back to simulating, though. I'll see you guys at the deadline if need be. Otherwise, we're going straight to the end of the regular season and finishing this video with a title. Alrighty, couple games to go. A bit of a step back, but it's kind of hard to repeat winning 70 games in back-to-back seasons. Doesn't look like any major awards for us. We do get Coach of the Year with Charles Lee, our new coach, in replace of Quinn Snyder. All-NBA teams, I doubt. We get Trae Young this year. 19-9. Interesting, he was left off last year, and I had to override it. But this year, I'll take it. Won't complain there. Defensive teams, Amen Thompson finishes 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year. Voting averages 3.2 stocks. Wemby was 5.2. Wow. The Orlando Magic in round number 1. It's Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bain, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Brandon Clark up the middle, playing the 5 for the season. Let me show you guys the numbers really quick. You saw Trae. Jalen Johnson leads the team in scoring with 20-8. 19-9 for Trae, 16-8-5 for Domantas, 15.5, 6-4 for Amen, 13-7 for Asa Newell. Malik Monk averages 11, 1.5, and 2 in round number 1. I feel like, thankfully, we get her done in 5. I was worried I would have to panicked pause that, but LaMelo, Concanipple, Marcus Spears Jr., that was the number 1 overall pick this year. Nate Ament and Mika Miernan at the 5. Can we get her done in a round? Okay, we get her done in 5. The Bucks, who knocked us out in the first round last year, with LeBaron Fallon, Colin Sexton, Carter Bryant now at the 3 in place of Kyle Kuzma, Giannis, and Miles Turner. On the other side, it's Spurs, Suns. We lose the first to Milwaukee. Giannis is a one-man wrecking crew. We lose the second to Milwaukee. What on earth? Please win a game. We go down 3-0 to Milwaukee. We can't stop Giannis. We win game 4, game 5, game 6. Oh my God, they just blew a 3-0 lead. Spurs-Hawks conference finals. It's De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Shohan, and Victor Wembanyama. I assume that means Dylan Harper off the bench, but only one way to find out. All the way to the Spurs, and they are rolling with that guy is their backup point guard. Stephon Castle is, in fact, coming off the bench. They have no small forward depth. Rui and Caleb Gaskins are your backup forwards with Tristan Vukcevic as your 5. Game number 1 in Atlanta. We lose the first. Can we just win a game against a good team, please? Wemby absolutely killed us. Game number 2 in Atlanta. We split. We head to San Antonio. We lose the third. We split in San Antonio as well. Who's sucking right now? Malik Monk. Let's take a look at the player stats in the finals. It's the most important thing right now. Who is stinking it up? James Harden's got to come out. Boogie Fland has got to come out. 9-man rotation. I am not afraid to cut it to an 8. We win game 5 in Atlanta. That's huge. We head to San Antonio with a lead, a 17-point victory, 33-13 with no turnovers from Trae Young is absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Game 6 in San Antonio. How Justin Edwards is going to miss the season with a knee injury when he's not playing is beyond me. Hopefully we can get her done in 6 here because I don't want to play a 7th game. Can we lock in, please? Just pull away. Just pull away. Just pull away. Let's get under a minute here. We got 60 seconds to go. We stopped it at 0-6-0. We're up 5. Let's go in and finish this series. Alrighty, we're inbounds to De'Aaron Fox. Jeremy Shohan is still in Atlanta and immediately blows by me. Trae Young is like pulling a traffic cone by a rope.
And it's Fox with the ball for the
Just collapse. Just collapse. There's no reason De'Aaron Fox makes that. Right here. Again, he starts the passing animation, and then he's just like, as he throws his hands in the air. I had that pass off. He started moving. Come on. We make the first, though. Let's knock down the second. Get this 22-point game for Trae Young out of the way. There it is. Spurs will get a final possession. I hate free throw ball, man. Throw it. Bang! Make that shit. Oh! Alrighty. The Atlanta Hawks, for the second time in 3 seasons, have won the championship. Who is your finals MVP? My money's going to be put on, I'm going to say Jalen Johnson. Oh my goodness gracious. It goes to Jalen Johnson. 22-9-5. See, it's funny. Domantas Sabonis was holding the finals MVP trophy in the awards display thing, celebration, whatever you want to call it. But Jalen Johnson is your finals MVP. And with that being said, that is going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're here. Remember, I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. PST. Shorts daily at 5:30 p.m. PST. And I stream every Wednesday and Saturday. On the screen right now is a video YouTube thinks you guys should check out. Feel free to do so if you are interested. And with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!